In their classic book Getting to Yes, Roger Fisher and William Ury argue that most negotiations are not as efficient or as successful as they might be because people tend to argue about positions rather than interests. Once the parties in a negotiation commit themselves to a position, they feel that changing their position represents failure. Instead, Fisher and Ury suggest that the parties in a negotiation focus on their interests. What can we get out of the negotiation that will further our interests? That is the question that should guide a negotiation toward achieving mutual gain. Mutual gain, also known as mutual benefit or win-win, refers to a situation in which both parties in a negotiation are able to achieve their goals or reach a mutually acceptable agreement. This is in contrast to a situation in which one party wins and the other loses, or where the parties are unable to reach any agreement at all. Achieving mutual gain in negotiation requires both parties to be willing to compromise and find solutions that meet the needs and interests of both sides as closely as possible. This may involve finding creative solutions that were not initially considered, or making concessions in order to reach an agreement that works for both parties. There are a few key strategies that can be helpful in achieving mutual gain in negotiation. Focus on shared interests. Look for areas where your interests overlap with those of the other party, and try to find solutions that meet the needs of both sides. Seek mutually beneficial solutions. Look for solutions that are mutually beneficial and that meet the needs and interests of both parties as closely as possible. Communicate effectively. Clearly communicate your own interests and needs, and listen actively to the other party. This can help you find common ground and identify potential solutions. Be willing to compromise. Be open to making concessions and finding ways to meet the needs and interests of both parties. Overall, mutual gain is an important goal in negotiation, as it allows both parties to achieve their goals and reach mutually acceptable agreements. The mutual gain approach can change a negotiation from a distributive model, the fixed pie, to an integrative model, everyone wins something. Activity. Mutual gain is different from the usual approach to negotiation. Instead of arguing over who gets a bigger slice of the pie, this approach expands the pie so that both parties can get big slices. Let me share this hypothetical situation. A school district superintendent is negotiating with the school board about requiring students to wear uniforms. The superintendent wants to require uniforms, the school board does not. Discuss how the concept of mutual gain could be applied to this negotiation. Sometimes it might make sense to make the scope of a negotiation smaller rather than larger. The two parties accept a limited agreement. If the agreement works, they may be able to expand its scope in future negotiations. Activity. Divide yourselves into groups of 4 to 6. Each group to think of specific things that the parties in a negotiation need to do to create a mutual gain solution. Each group to report on the ideas it came up with. The groups to present one idea at a time. That way, the first groups to speak will not use up all the good ideas. Creating a mutual gain solution requires some activities not usually associated with negotiations, for example, brainstorming to expand the pie by coming up with a range of options. Identifying shared values to help create options that will meet the interests of both parties. Changing the scope of the negotiation, making it larger or smaller. Identifying issues that can be set aside for future negotiations. What do I want? You can create two versions of your personal needs statement, your ideal resolution and your realistic resolution. Or, you could frame your statement into several steps if the negotiation is complicated. The key to making the mutual gain approach work is to focus on interests, not positions. In the hypothetical situation in the activity, what are the interests involved? Both parties want to create an atmosphere of respect and order in the schools. What options are available to allow them to satisfy their interests? We need to try understand what does the opposing party want? Framing it will help you better understand the best approach to your negotiation strategy. What does my opponent need? What does my opponent want? What is most important to them? What is least important to them? It is important to understand their side as well as ours.